exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream. Chance I get, you can't change nothing if you don't do.
How y'all doing, baby? It's Sunday, baby. It's Sunday. It's time for another Blue Dot family meeting. I'm so glad you're all here. I apologize for the interruption there at the beginning. We had a technical problem right there. We got on YouTube real quick, but Facebook didn't connect, and we don't want to run off and leave half our family laying out outside the door, so we had to shut down and restart it, and we finally picked it up. So the whole family's here, baby. That's the way it should be. I thank everybody for coming in. Brian Champagne. Now, this list isn't the first. It's the third list that because we had to shut down and restart. I know Dwayne Twizzle was the first one to jump in earlier. Thank you, Dwayne. Brian Champagne is here, as is Michael J. and Michael James. Both of them are here, baby. We appreciate that. Micah Cruz, Suzanne Jarrett, Mega Wet Willie, Paula Gibson, Linda Ansbach, I think. Appreciate you being here. Suzanne Forseppi, Dennis Utenheimer, my buddy, Budman, John and Pecumsey, all the way from upstate New York. BW is here. Tracy Tobias, I imagine, Dwayne Twizzle, and the remixtress Dolores, Elena, and Michael are all here because BW just said hello to everybody. And Tracy Tobias says hi again. Sandra Campbell, thank you for being here. Dolores Grant, Dorothy Tyndall, our longtime friend, and the remixtress. Judy's in the room, as is Valerie Wood Rosado. We've come a long way with you, baby. There's Dwayne Twizzle. Ann Darnell is here. I'm going to have to skip on down. Maria Betancourt is here. Dizzy Duke is here. Randy Peterson. Woo, pig. Buddy, I'm glad you're here. Anyway, I hope y'all had a great weekend. We had a nice, pleasant weekend here. It did not rain Saturday nor Sunday. Of course, it ain't looking too good right now. We had all rain around us this morning. Looked on the radar because it sure did look dark everywhere around us, but we were in this one little dry spot, and it stayed with us all day, so we got lucky with it. Anyway, I hope y'all had a nice weekend, and oh Lord, we got another week coming up, baby. Ain't no telling what's going to go on. You know, sometimes people ask me, John, how do you get ready? Sometimes, you know, you try to put your shit together, and you get everything in your head, and then somebody comes along with a squirrel. By the way, Keith, your cup is right there, buddy. Keith Beal, my buddy. You know, it didn't dawn on me when I got the package and it says Kathy Beal, and it did not ring a bell. Beal, it did not ring a bell until it dawned on me. That's yeah. Let's get our shit together. Anyway, Keith, thank you very much. I am indeed the squirrel whisperer because it jumps, and we got it. We got it all fixed up. So Keith Beal, and Kathy. Thank you so much. We appreciate that tremendously. Oh, put it right back up there. Anyway, sitting around with Mama all day today. Had a nice, relaxing day. And I was looking through the news, and I was seeing all this terrible stuff. And then I seen an advertisement for a show that I watch every week. And I enjoy it, or every time it's on, I watch it. He just started a new season. And it's the W. Kamau Bell different shades of America, or what is it? I don't know. It's W. Kamau Bell.
United Shades?
United Shades of America. It's an outstanding show. I don't like to miss it. I really enjoy it. Anyway, he's going to have a new episode on tonight, and I saw the preview for it, and it started a discussion, and there you go. Everything in my head went right out the door, and now I'm stuck with this thought in my head about, I don't know, everything, I guess. It balled into a wax here. Tonight's episode, I guess, is going to be about the disparagement between the wealthy and broke-ass people like us, and the disparity between the two. And the question is posed, how can we live in a land of billionaires when we have people out on the street, the richest country in the world, and we have problems that run deep? I was originally going to start off talking about the rash of gun violence we've had over the weekend. Over 150 cities this weekend, just since Friday, baby. But they pointed out some in South Carolina and Georgia, and 2 in Ohio, 1 in Minnesota, 1 in New Jersey. Shit, we're shooting people left and right all over the country. Hell, typical weekend, I guess, because it happens all the time. And you start thinking, well, about gun legislation and everything. But whether it's gun legislation, whether it's voting rights with H.R. 1, whether it's I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Doesn't matter what it is, whether it be our economy, whether it be the gun situation, the legislation that we're trying to get passed, the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, the infrastructure program that we want to push through, not to mention the social issues of our country, racism, homophobia, you name it, baby, we got it. There's problems all over the damn country. I can't look at this shit and try to do a shit. I try to do that, but it's just better if I try to remember what's in my head and what's in my heart. Anyway, we have this whole list of things that we have to get done if we want a society to live in. And that includes right up, we got into the, you stretch down that path, trying to find that end point. You come to, well, what the hell's the difference? Climate change in there. Hell, we're all going to be dead anyway. It's that thought of, we have so many basic things that we have to get done. And we can't do them alone. We have to have a nation that works together to make this system work. And right now, we got on the other side of the aisle, a good portion of them, the majority on the other side of the aisle, are batshit crazy for a lunatic con man. And we can't convince them to give up their dreams. Hell, they're going to start another recount in Georgia now. Are you shitting me? Cyber Ninja's going to run over there and start shit. They can't let it go. That's fine. Let them hang on to their dream. I don't give a shit. But when you let it impact our society, our country, the laws that we need to pass, the bills that need to be passed to make our lives better, none of that progresses because we got some petty-ass bullshit going on in the Republican Party. Hell, we've already demonstrated that we can compromise. Joe Biden dropped down on his $2.2 trillion down to $1.7 trillion. Billions of dollars cut from that, trying to make a deal with these people. We have to find a way, baby. Somebody on that side has to start pushing harder. Because the whack jobs over there, the Marjorie Taylor Greens, and we see the shit she's in this damn weekend, talking about her mask and comparing her mask wearing to, the Holocaust, which is the same thing, baby, according to her. And she ain't backing down on it. She doubled down on it. And nobody in the Republican Party is coming up saying, hey, shut your mouth, you're an idiot. Get out of here, you're really making us look bad. Same way with Matt Gaetz. Somebody tell him, shut up, you're about to go to jail, get out of here, you're embarrassing us. Ron Johnson, Ted Cruz, hell, we could make a damn list of them. That's the sad part of it. We could make a list. We know. We can see it. We can look back here and go, damn, why can't we progress? Well, because that guy are being a dick. And that's Mitch McConnell and Kevin McCarthy in there too. I don't know, baby. I'm going to watch this show tonight, though, and learn, because that's what I like to do. I like to watch shows that challenge you, what you know, maybe feed you a little information. And I like this guy. He does a real good job. But just the subject matter itself. I've been telling my wife ever since I seen this advertisement, your mama, there's a guy who appears to be somewhat comfortable position in life, making a statement about, well, it's not his responsibility, and it's not the fault of the rich people. It's the rules that make it this way. And all I have in my head, I want to hear this guy continue that statement out, because if you're sitting there as a billionaire telling me, well, you know, I'm sorry, that's the way the rules are, it just ends up this way. Well, then we need to change the freaking rules, because they're right. A country, a massive rich country that we are, that can produce billionaires, that have money to piss away like it's nothing, and live in a country, a grand country, where homeless people are living on the streets, or people are having to choose between rent and food. You know, the subject of universal income came in again. Oh, God forbid that we give money to these lazy people, while we pump corporate welfare out the other side the door like it's candy. Yeah, there are a lot of things that we could do in this country. But it ain't going to get done, baby. It's not. It's not going to get done unless you're involved. Each of us, every one of us. You don't have to go out and put a flag in your front yard right now. You don't have to get out there and get a loudspeaker and start yelling. But we have to participate in this system. If we want the system to get better, then we have to participate in it. You can't sit outside the party and say, well, y'all are just a terrible bunch, I don't want to join you. Get in there and change it. I've always said that when people say, well, I don't want to join the Democratic Party or the Republican Party because they're all both of them messed up. Well, if you want to change it, get in it and change it. Put your vote out there. Use your voice, whatever it takes. You know, it's us. It's us and those that have so much greed that you can't fill it. You never will. They want more and more and more and more. They're griping about a 28% corporate tax. Really, 28%? Used to be a whole lot higher than that. And we've seen what it's done to us. Our infrastructure is falling apart. Our society needs rescuing, and we can't do it. You're right, Jedi Master. A loud voice is needed these days. A retinal, loud voice. Oh, I said that right. Jesus. You're right. It's our voice. It's our voice that makes it happen. It sounds so cliche, but it is the truth. Our voices are the only things that's ever changed anything permanently. It wasn't those in Congress and the Senate. It was us. It was the American people in the street demanding change. Whatever change that was, whether it be civil rights in the 60s or Social Security, the Grand New Deal, whatever it was. It was our voice that pushed it through. We made that change happen. So yeah, the only real change in this country that ever comes is when the people speak as one. When enough people rise up and demand that things change, and we need it in so many places in our society. There's no lack of of causes that we could latch onto, every one of us. So it's up to us. Anyway, we're going to try it. And that means all of us all over the world. Right, Aussie Dave?
You've got it, mate. You've got it.
That's
You've got
not
to work
just
a
here
bit
in
harder
America.
at it.
That's all over the world, baby.
Mate,
You may
you're
say
right,
I'm a
and
dreamer. I can't sing it.
Bullshit is the glue that holds the Republican Party together at the moment. And that's what's happening. So much bullshit flying around. I'm amazed that your people allow it to happen. But I'll let you introduce the rest of the team, and we'll talk about that a bit later. But thanks for having me.
Outstanding, David. Thank you for being here, brother. All right. Well, Chris, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, John.
Glad to have you
Spot
here.
on, and there's a whole lot of stuff I want to say to join in with you, but I'll wait. Again, like Aussie said, introduce everybody, and we'll
What the
get
hell's
on
up
it.
with them people?
We'll solve.
Why we got to get
We'll
them
solve
people
all
involved
the problems in the world on this call. During the
Outstanding,
show.
Chris. David, I was just joking now. David, are you there?
Hello, John. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. You messing back with me, ain't you? Yes, I see that.
Just a little bit.
Just a little.
I'm doing the two-shot two-step today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got my second shot this last week.
Outstanding, brother. Outstanding.
Makes me smarter than Rand Paul.
It makes me feel better that you're on the mic here with us. You know, now that you got the second shot. We got to watch it, brother. Yeah, we are.
And I even shaved and brushed my teeth for you today,
Outstanding,
too. So
brother. Turn your camera on. Put him on the air. No, I don't know how to do that yet, but we're working on it. Well, David, I'm glad you're here, brother. Let's bring in Robert Heron out in Oregon. How are you doing, brother?
You know, it keeps coming back to accountability, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
I mean, it's all about accountability.
It is indeed. And until we hold people accountable, we can't change anything.
And until this nation starts holding those people accountable, we're in trouble.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Am I getting a feedback? I hear myself.
But I'm with Ozzy on that. You know, I posted today there was 1,000 people that were arrested over the attack, but not the guys that created the attack.
Yeah, time's coming, baby. TikTok.
Go figure, right?
Go TikTok, baby. It's coming, though. I believe it is. I
So,
believe it is. Those people.
That's my opening statement.
Yep.
You punch everybody else in the door.
All righty. Let's bring in Sparky Dunk. Spark, how you doing?
Hey, John.
How's it going out in California, brother?
It's going okay. I told you I'd be here after I got my laundry done and the race was run.
You did indeed.
Man, it poured on that race in Austin.
Did it? I did not get to
They
see
tried
it.
running in the rain.
I don't know
When it
why
was
they
heavy
stop.
rain, they had
They
to
don't
stop the race.
They don't stop a football game in the rain. Come on, now.
No,
It'd be much
but
more
even-
exciting.
They couldn't see. There's one straightaway.
I repeat
the
again, it
cars
would be
were
much
running
more
like-
exciting. Tell me everybody isn't tuning in to see the wreck anyway. You don't want nobody
Well,
getting hurt.
the cars were rooster tailing and hydroplaning
Yeah,
too.
it's not good. Not good.
But
Not safe.
one car ran into a car in front of it, and then he's trying to gas up. He's thinking, "Oh, I'm going to get hit in the ass if I don't move." And sure enough,
Got hit in the ass.
another car hit him and went right underneath him and
Boy, howdy shit. Yeah.
burst into flames.
Yeah, without a wreck, the race gets kind of boring. It go round and around. They're waiting on it. Everybody
Yeah.
in the stands is waiting on it. And the sad
They
thing is,
call
it
it
will
with-
happen.
They called it with 14 laps to go because there was too much standing water on the racetrack.
Yeah, somebody's gonna
They're
get hurt,
afraid
man.
there was going. Yeah.
Yeah, you
or
can't. Yeah,
wrecks.
as much as I joke.
Hey, Sparky, wasn't the Monte Carlo this weekend? Did you watch that too?
No, that's next weekend.
Next
Oh,
weekend.
okay, sorry.
Well, let-
next weekend.
That's
Let's go
that
ahead.
day has more races than any other day. I mean, around the world.
Yeah, Memorial Day. Everybody gets on the racetrack.
Oh yeah, the Indy
Let's-
500 too,
Let's
right?
yes. Let's
Yeah.
let's bring in the lady of the group, Velda. How are you, darling?
Hi. I'm doing just fine.
Good, good. How's everything up there in Arkansas?
Humid.
Humid. Yeah. That's what happens, baby. You get a little rain, and next thing you know, the sun comes out. boom.
Yep.
It's like taking I swear, sometimes down here you could take a glass outside and just swish it through the air to get a drink. It's so humid. It'll wear on you too. Well, before we get started, let me thank Michael Johnson, who just came in with $5 and said, "Keep up the great work, John and Blue Dots. Repukes will fail." Indeed, they will, Michael, because we're going to make sure they do, baby. That's our job. Thank you very much for that, sir. We appreciate Where'd my thing go? There it is. John's playing with Anyway, so how do we fix this? I mean, outside of the obvious, we can't storm the Capitol like they did, so we have to do it metaphorically. We have to storm our Capitol with our voices, our votes. We need to change the society. Sure.
Can I start with an idea real quick?
Go ahead. Go for it.
Let me throw this out to the family, okay? So this week, in the Senate, there is the vote for accountability on January 6th, right?
There is on the
and
Democratic
I think now
side.
is the time. Yeah, now is the time for Joe, Nancy, Chuck to sit down the Dino Caucus. Manchin, Sinema, Mark Kelly, Dianne Feinstein, and say, you know what? This is it, folks. If they vote against this, if the Republicans vote against this, then you need to vote immediately to put back the talking filibuster, right?
Immediately.
The Mr. Smith goes to Washington, right? What's his
Gary.
name? Right? Yeah. And put that back, and let's get all this shit done. Because, John, you started off the show talking about the long list of shit that needs to be done, and it's got to get done.
We have a long list. This is, we have so, and the sad thing is, Chris, they're all very important. They're high priority items in our agenda.
And it's all common sense American stuff.
Yes.
This is the guts of what it is to be an American. Everything that's HR1, all of it. It's trying to keep America.
We're trying. It's those words in that little ad for this show tonight when the guy says, "Well, I'm not responsible, and it's not really the rich people's fault. It's the rules." That line has been bugging me ever since I heard it. No, bullshit. Bullshit. That's just, you're trying to excuse your participation.
Bring back the Jimmy Stewart filibuster, and let's have at it. And let's get all this stuff passed.
You hit the nail on the head, Chris. I want to see it just like Mr. Smith goes to Washington. I want to see him on the floor. And I don't want him reading Cat in the Hat either.
Yeah,
you're up there filibustering an idea. Speak about your ideas. Speak to me about why you don't want this bill or why your bill is better. Don't feed me a bunch of freaking bedtime stories.
Those guys are a crime ring, and everybody knows it.
They are. Right now, the Republican Party, they don't want this commission. They don't want no part of this commission.
No.
Because they're the subject of the investigation.
They're guilty of it. Exactly.
Yes. Yeah. They are the ones that are guilty.
They're going to go to jail.
Their constituents are the ones that they're going after.
It's like bringing one of those black lights into a motel room, right? That's what it is. You're going to see all the spots on the wall.
But they're all, they're getting caught. They're all getting caught.
Gary.
I mean, they're getting caught. And he's going to throw his kids under the bus. Watch.
Well, that's what they keep saying.
Oh, yeah, he will.
You go watch him see Donnie if Donnie throws his kids.
As soon as Weissenberg starts flipping on those people,
under the bus.
He's going to go, Junior did it, Ivanka did it, everybody. I didn't know. I wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
I didn't inflate the assets. I didn't decrease it.
I wasn't in charge.
That wasn't me. I only did what my daddy told me to. Whatever. You raked in the money all this time, baby, all these decades. This isn't just during his administration. This stuff has been going back decades.
Oh, yeah, come on.
Donnie's never had anything except his name to sell. That's it.
Just like
the illusion that the Trump empire is worthy of that. It never was until he sold it, and a bunch of, those that are willing to make a dime off of him. Let's face it. Who went to work for him? People willing to cheat the system and make money. That's who the Trump organization is. Yes, Weisselberg is going to
He
flip.
was a mark for the Russians in the 80s. They knew he was a mark. He was the easiest mark they've ever had.
Oh, yeah. They could use him easy.
Yes. He was a useful fool for so many, not only the Russians, but corporations,
Oh, yeah.
And he's not done yet. He is still charging $400 a night for the room at Mar-a-Lago that the Secret Service stay in to protect him. $400 a night.
Motherfucker.
Still grifting, baby. I mean, you're a billionaire. You own the place. You could, maybe give him a room for the guys that's protecting your freaking life, that are willing to die to protect you. You can't cough up a room, Mr. Billionaire. Kiss my ass. He's a grifting asshole. It's all he's ever been. Ever. It's about the money with these people. The whole Trump family. What's that, Dave?
What amazes me is I was thinking about this over the weekend. Trump said before he was elected about McCain, I don't like people who are caught or captured, Yeah. He insulted McCain, yet he freed a lot of people who were caught. He freed a lot of people who were captured. He gave all those pardons out. They were captured people. He liked them.
Oh yeah.
This guy's full of double standards.
And honestly, he gave those pardons out to those that kept their mouths shut.
David, he was a 5-time draft Dodger. Okay, so the guy has no respect for the military at all. None.
Fascism is snuck up in the background with all this bullshit going on. While no one's been noticing, fascism is snuck in the background, guys.
And when somebody gets
Dizzy Duke just made a comment in the chat. It says because it's not in their image, and their image is an all Republican-run small government where corporate America makes the rules, Republican politicians get rich, wars continue, and the people starve and lose their homes. Dizzy, what you're explaining there is what's commonly called fascism.
Yes, it's snuck in, guys.
That's exactly what it is.
Don't forget the Christians. They make the rules too.
Yeah, the Christians are in a crisis now. I didn't watch the whole thing. I just seen a news blurb about some in the evangelical community are now accepting QAnon into their belief system in the church. In the church, playing QAnon things. They showed some church playing a QAnon video. But then they had two preachers that were standing up in red communities that were preaching against this. And part of their flock has left, and it's like sad. Really? You, the man of God that you go to in your faith, your preacher is standing right up there telling you, listen, don't be listening to this damn QAnon shit because this is just a bunch of bullshit to divide the country and make you look like an idiot. But they left.
Which they are.
Those are the ones that are willing to choose a golden idol in the form of fat-ass Trump instead of their God.
False idols?
Yes.
Right? Believing in false idols? Right?
I believe that's one of the 10, ain't it?
That's a bad thing.
Bad thing, I heard. Top 10 list there. You shall have no other gods but me. Ain't that the one? Well, guess what, baby? So many of them are treating him just as that. And they're finding their way into these churches, and that's sad.
High-quality psychologists were on CNN last night saying that Trump is actually you've got to feel sorry for him in a way because he does believe his lies. See, he's so far embellished in his own ego that he actually believes the lies. He actually believes that he was cheated out of the election.
Yes.
I mean,
yes. He's doing a great job of selling it.
His entire life, he's won through lying. He's never paid a price.
But
he's never paid a price in his entire life.
I have seen headlines indicating that he is losing his influence on the internet. Nobody's going to his blog to check it out. He's not getting the retention there that he wants.
Pavlov's dog, right?
He's going to have to go out and do his rallies.
He gets a treat.
Yes.
He gets a treat every time he lies.
Yeah.
So he's been doing it for 76 years.
If you're delusional, you should not be running the country.
That's
No.
right.
No, and we had that
He's
for 4
delusional.
years.
He is clinically delusional.
Indeed.
So
That's exactly what
clinically.
it is. He's clinically delusional.
Yes.
And he's actually certifiable. He's certifiable. And
sure, absolutely.
The only thing you have to take is just the one thing, the big lie that he's pushing. He believes it, no matter what
Yes, he
what
does.
the truth. Yes, he believes it himself. You can't sell it unless you believe it. So when he was when he was pumping Trump states or stakes or Trump University, he spoke like it was going to be the grandest thing you ever saw. You ever walk in the door, it's going to be so many classes, you're going to learn so much. Next thing you know, you're going to be just like me with your own private aircraft flying around the country because you're a billionaire. No, it's not going to happen. He's just going to get your money and you're going to get shit.
Yeah, he's a salesman.
He's a salesman. That's all it is. It's a con. Everything he's ever done has, yes, there's a sucker born every minute, and he's the guy that will take advantage of that every time. And he's raised his kids to do the same thing. You know, you got to figure everything they do, they grift. Think of the deals that Ivanka Trump got in China while her daddy was president, because she got a shitload of trademarks over there.
Yeah, she got 23.
Deals were made for those things. China doesn't just hand it out. Oh, look here, you can have all these trademarks now.
And you got to keep in mind that the whole time he did that, he was bad mouthing China. They were like, China's bad, China's bad. But then they're giving 23 trademarks to my daughter that I'm not going to talk about.
Michael Johnson, take care.
And they make his ties. But here's the thing: if Donnie is P.T. Barnum, does that make Donnie Jr. the bearded lady?
I believe so. Yeah.
No, that's a cocaine ring. That's between Matt Gaetz and Donald Jr. They got a coke ring going.
You have to ask yourself. You know how Matt Gaetz is. You know how he is. Was he trying to get chummy with Eric and Don Jr. there? Hey, buddies, look at here. I'll fix you up here.
I mean, he's gonna go to jail, right?
I want to see the list of other powerful people that this investigation is talking about.
Right. Me too. I can't wait. I want to see who else is in on this. How many of them are sitting up in the White House doing cocaine and having hookers and breaking the law?
No shit.
Because they all got to go to prison. That's a felony, man. If those guys are doing it, they should pay the highest price. The highest price.
Can you imagine
the
how
big
much
danger
blow was in the room during
Fortis, Michael
Insurrection
Johnson,
Day,
Semper Fortis,
January
brother.
6th?
Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
What's that?
There
I'm
must have
sorry,
been
Mike.
mountains.
Chris.
There must have been mountains of cocaine. They must have made Pacino look like a little choir boy with as much cocaine they had on January 6th.
They rode high for 4 years. You know they did. That's the kind
Those guys need
by the
a
kind of people they
operation.
are.
I mean, you got to launder your money. If you're selling drugs, you got to have a laundromat. You got to have a front guy you can give your money to. He can mix it. He's a business guy.
We ain't seen shit yet. We
Right?
haven't seen anything
estate.
of what's fixing to come down the pike with the tax
I'd
information coming out of the Southern District of North. Just take that. Just that. How much we're going to find out. Because they're already
Epstein book-
indicating Weiselberg is going to flip. Weiselberg.
The Epstein book didn't give up. I mean, so far it's apparently it's given up Bill Gates, but the Epstein book was supposed to give out a lot of names. We've yet to hear all those names. Or did
Indeed,
that guy
powerful.
with
I would
Epstein.
imagine powerful forces are at work, baby. Money talks for a lot of things.
I read last night the Epstein cops that were standing guard that night agreed
Right.
to cooperate with the district attorney on what happened. So they're changing their story.
Well, maybe they can see the Republican Party going down in the next 3 or 4 months in a big way, and all these people that know a lot think, I better start spitting some truth out to cover my ass.
I think you're right. I think a lot of people are going to see that there's problems coming down the pike. This ball of wax that has become the Republican Party cannot sustain itself forever. Eventually, reasonable people are gonna back away from the bullshit that is the Republican Party as it stands right now. A bunch of whack jobs, a bunch of QAnon believers, or guys that are going to go out and
Liz Cheney and Mittens. Liz Cheney and Mittens may be bad people, and maybe a bit of evil in them, but they're not stupid.
No.
And
No.
they're trying to get on the right side of history. I do believe.
I'm not going to agree with hardly anything that Liz Cheney has to offer as far as legislation. I would question anything she put
politically, she's a monster, but she does speak truth.
She is speaking because she
Well,
understands what a few others understand, what Mitt Romney understands. If you chip away at the basic fabric of your party, which for the Republican Party used to be truth, justice, the American pie, apple pie, and oh Lord, hold up the Bible and look here, we support the troops. You can't get no more American than we are. That used to be them, and now that they're not the moral majority. Look who they followed. Look who they put up as their standard bearer. You know, not such a moral guy.
John, we got to catch all the welfare queens.
Yeah.
Got to catch all
now
the
we got
welfare queens.
They're easy to find.
Welfare queen.
They're
Never was.
Their board offices are all over the country. Look for anything that ends in the word corporation. You know.
But see, now you got a president that's
Vast majority.
law.
Go ahead, Velda.
Right, so we have
Go on, Velda.
Here, let's let the ladies talk.
Yes.
Us men have been men.
What I
folk have
was
been
going to
talking.
say was, according to the welfare queen, the biggest majority of all families with FDA, family assistance, are white.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Kind of blows that welfare queen thing that they've always,
It
and what that implied, what they tried to make it imply.
Here's another
it's
thing that I've seen that has to roll into what you guys were talking about is the Secret Service. The Secret Service, the guy that was on Trump's head of his Secret Service,
Right.
put him in charge of his campaign. Now he is in charge, the head guy in charge of Secret Service.
Still now. He is. Oh, that's fucking petrifying.
And stop and think. When that one guy that went over the fence with that knife, he went over the fence with a knife and had the knife inside the White House. He got away for being there for 7 hours.
I think I remember that story.
Christ.
I think I remember that story. That
And
was
then
that was a
bullets
while
that
back
were
ago,
fired
right?
at the White House. And remember when Obama? This was all Obama. Okay, and then the gunfire that came first.
I remember
They
that
fired, and it was like 3-4 days later that they discovered it. Somebody had been firing at the White House.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Where were the Secret Service? And when you put all that together, and you realize that some of these Secret Service guys were handpicked by Trump because of their political beliefs, most likely.
I would
Maggots.
imagine.
Can you imagine that puts Pamela,
Bless your heart, Susan. They're going to feed your
That's
chicken.
our vice
Fine.
president and our president in jeopardy?
Holy
Yes.
Christ. That's really scary.
That was in an
You know-
article that come across, and I didn't post it on Facebook, not Facebook, but on Discord. I intended to, and after I clicked off of it and scrolled and had an interruption in the internet, I lost it, so I couldn't post it back over in Discord, but I had posted it on Facebook.
Man.
Biden handpicked his security detail.
I think the president can pick his security detail, those he feels trusted around him, and he's been there before, so he kind of knows his way around. You don't want to think that it's, the Secret Service is one of those institutions you like to think is apolitical. It's not associated with any.
Remember,
But
John?
that being said, you can't. It's within each person's right to believe whatever they want, but
Right.
it's not
Remember
supposed
this,
to come.
John.
What?
A good person can pretend they're a bad person.
Yes.
But a bad person cannot pretend they're a good person very well.
Not very well.
Right.
They don't do it very well because it comes through. An asshole's an asshole, and everybody starts to see it.
Yep. It's just like the
Well,
wolf
the
in sheep's
institutions, this
clothing.
goes. All of our institutions have basically deteriorated. Over the past 40 years, right? We used to have what? The Supreme Court used to have a 90% approval rating. What is it now?
Yeah, no, it's
30.
yeah, it's
Right? Does
not very
anyone
high right
believe-
now.
Yeah. Does anyone
And
believe
look at the Supreme Court in
is not
general.
And
We're
now
looking at
they're
a
going
6-3
back on
court.
Roe-
This is not a balanced
going
nation
back on
anymore.
Roe versus Wade now. And if that
What?
doesn't make people mad, it should. Roe versus Wade.
Oh, it's
is
coming back.
Oh
up.
yeah.
Yes,
Everyone
as
was
soon as
talking.
we all knew it, as soon as they got a 6-3 court, we knew that was going to be one of the things that was going to jump on the docket very soon. And believe me, this isn't long. So yeah, this is very soon.
That's the only
you know,
reason why anti.
Look at the law here in Texas, the anti-abortion law they just passed here in Texas. Jesus, it just cuts it to the gut. You know, women's rights to control the basic, their own human body. This is it's such, you think it's such a ridiculous, but that's where the evangelical Christian comes
Oh,
in,
it's
and
going.
I
they
saw that
will-
picture.
They're not, they
Guys,
claim
Saw
to
that
be.
picture.
What's that?
Got a question for you. I got a question for you, and you guys can continue on.
Okay.
Do you all know what a luxury tax is?
Yeah,
no,
that's what I gotta pay for being
I've
so
never
wealthy that I'm gonna
Yes.
leave my kids billions of dollars. Yeah.
Do you know that every woman in the United States pays a luxury tax? We pay it every time we go to the grocery store.
Oh,
Luxury tax
tampons.
is on
Tampons.
every feminine product out there.
You need it, don't you?
Okay.
Well,
Got it. Okay.
you're an easy
Okay.
mark. You know,
But it's
there.
not on the, it's not
No,
on the,
no, I agree
it's
with you.
not on rubbers.
No,
I mean,
no,
it's not on any
not
of
on
that
condoms.
shit.
And you might have trouble getting a birth control pill, but you're not gonna have any trouble getting any Viagra. You know, hell, you get Viagra
Nope.
or those like it. You know,
That's a sacrament.
hey,
That's a
pharmaceuticals,
sacrament.
man, they make anything from the depths of your depression to the heights of your erection. Whatever the hell you need, they make a freaking pill for it, baby. You want to know where the drug war belongs? It's in corporate pharmaceuticals.
But John, here's another Texas law that floored me.
Huh.
That fucking floored me. Was the one where now they're going to try to put teachers in jail for teaching about slavery and like the
Yeah.
Jacksonville Axe the Axe murders and the Tulsa riots and stuff like that. Like, if you say one bad thing about America or Christopher Columbus or Thomas Jefferson,
Yeah.
then you could go to jail.
Yeah.
Well, Rick Santorum got fired for his racist remarks on Native Americans.
Okay, BW asked for it.
CNN.
Well, good for that.
I have an excuse to do this because
Kudos.
BW said, "Hey, remember the balls ad? What one?"
There's a certain strain of bacteria called Lactobacillus reuteri that will help you grow bigger balls.
That one?
Oh, yeah.
That one, BW? Need to ship that over to the damn.
I
what
refer
about
you
Greg-
to the AC/DC song. Yes.
What about Greg Abbott telling the teachers that the kids have to take their masks off?
You know, this.
Are they going to go to jail too?
The kids in school. He's telling these kids that haven't got their shots yet in Texas, if I'm getting this right, that their masks have to come off, or they're going to start making arrests.
He has
Arresting the
made a
children.
proclamation that nobody in Texas can use a man. You cannot implement a mask mandate. You cannot do it. It's against the law here in Texas. That's what Greg Abbott says. It's bullshit, just like everything else. You know, you scream about or how you support big or small business and all that. It's up to the business whether or not they're going to let you in their business without a mask. It's up to them. It's not up to your ass, Greg Abbott. You're not the king of Texas. That's
this
Ted
article-
Cruz's
Yeah, he
future
is.
job.
He thinks he is.
The article focused on young children, like 12 years old, that elementary school kids that haven't had a vaccine, and they're going to make them go back to school, but they can't wear a mask back to school. So this has got a lot of teachers in Texas
Greg
upset.
Abbott has a one-man crusade
They gotta
against
go on
masks.
strike.
Period.
They
He
need-
doesn't
they
want
need to go on
anybody
strike.
wearing one. Isn't that
Teachers
great
need to go
for a
on strike.
governor? He's not listening to science. He's
There
not
should be a
listening to
general
doctors.
strike. John,
What's
there
he
should
going
be
to
a
say if
general
the
strike
University
in
of Texas wants everybody to get vaccinated before they can go back to school?
Yeah. I would
Right.
think that would be up to the university, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you?
Right.
That's up to
Yeah,
them.
That's a lot of
And
colleges
Greg Abbott is saying, no,
universities
you
around
can't do
the
that.
Country are doing that.
Yeah. There you go. Let me call this out. Johnny Fly came in with $10 and said, what happened to the Republican Party? It's now the Trumplican Party. Hope the party implodes from within. If the American people fall for their lies and corruption, this nation is in trouble. And that's how come I always thank you, Johnny Fly. I appreciate it tremendously, brother. We have to remind people that there's more of us than them. They are the squeaky wheel. They scream and holler. We hear all the ignorance that comes out of their mouth, but there are more of us than there are of them as long as we get
we
our
have
ass
to vote
out
them
and
out.
vote.
They- All those people have to be voted out. They got to lose their jobs. Period.
Yeah.
They got to be for the lies they keep perpetuating. They need to be held accountable. They got to go to prison for this shit. If they're going to keep pushing this, then they got to
It
step
is
down.
calling the fire. It is yelling
They
fire in the
constantly
movie
get
theater.
rewarded,
Right.
guys, for
Yeah,
all
let me.
their lies.
Don
They
Cheeto made a
constantly get
comment here,
rewarded.
and let me clear that up because I'm glad he did. He says, I don't think those kids that do want to wear a mask are banned from it. You're right, Don Cheeto. If you want to wear a mask, nobody can stop you from wearing a mask.
That's freedom.
What Greg Abbott is doing
Freedom.
is trying to stop anybody from mandating a mask. And so thank you, Don Cheeto, for bringing that up. Hey, Kathy Larkin.
One of the things that's with the Republican Party that they're trying to do is they're so scared because in 2045, white America will be the majority because we are such a melting pot now. We love who we love, and so and that's one of the biggest problems that they're seeing is that they're losing the war, and that's why they're using the racism to drive a wedge between people in the United States.
Yeah.
Because they're losing the white base.
And it's
No, they want us to
inevitable.
fight. They want us to fight each other.
That's their only hope. But by doing so, the Republican Party is alienating part of their own. So as we keep referencing, the boiling pot, it's reducing down. You have nothing but a bunch of whack jobs.
COVID-19, John, when COVID-19 came around, that's why it was looked at by white America, or I should say white racist America, as a godsend because it was affecting brown and black people much more at a bigger rate than white folks. And they were like, shit, this is exactly what we needed. This is the cure for our...
I'm looking forward to that show tonight with W. Jamal Bell because I'm sure I'm going to learn a lot.
One thing I need to say before I lose my train of thought was we got a guy in office right now that is not obstructing justice. So when you have a president that goes out of his way to obstruct justice and he removes all the people that will enforce the laws and he'll get people like Bill Barr to do his dirty work, then you got a real problem. They can commit crime and not get held accountable. Now,
there's that word again.
Now we got a new guy that's going to hopefully uphold the law. And he's putting people in those positions that will enforce the law.
I'm getting more and more faith in Merrick Garland every day.
It's only been a couple months. I already see progress. I already see indictments coming. I already see people getting in trouble. I see them getting nailed.
You can see the discussions behind the curtains and all that, behind the scenes.
And they don't have the boss protector standing up there deflecting all that shit away from them right now.
It's coming down. It has to. And
Merrick Garland. Merrick
Merrick
Garland's going about his business quietly behind the scenes. It's all getting done.
Indeed.
It's all on them. I never did any of this. Those guys all did it.
Yeah.
Getting done. Shit's getting done.
Let me.
That's what I say the entire time.
Let me catch up.
But
again
watch
here
out.
real quick. Let me
Watch
catch
how many
up.
people go to prison.
Yeah, people need to go to prison. Catman56, my buddy Keith, up in Minnesota, sent $3 and then he sent a message. He said he sent Marcus Flowers a little $20 help. The witch Marjorie Taylor Greene has got to go. Catman56, thank you for the donation to me, and thank you for the donation to Marcus Flowers, who's going to be running against Marjorie Taylor Greene. That's what we mean by the two for blue. Anytime we can start supporting candidates up, especially whack job. I don't think she's going to make it though. How could that?
I think she's going to get indicted
How
for
could that
tax
district?
evasion, something,
Yeah, I
right?
think she's going to have
I
some
heard
troubles
about
down the
that.
road
I heard
anyway.
about her houses. Yeah. I heard
And
about that.
let me catch Jeremy McDonald, who came in with $5 and said, "Hey John, hope the family and Jenny are fine. Indeed, everyone here is fine. The neighborhood is calm and relaxed. We're enjoying the hell out of it. Yeah, everything is fine at the Bridevo Casa." Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you very much. We
Glad to
appreciate
hear
it.
that, John.
Yes, we are too. Believe it or not, yeah, we are too.
Jenny's
damn
okay.
happy.
Everything's
Yep.
good with Jenny.
Everything's
Jenny's
fine.
nice and calm and chill.
Travis called up here at the house because he's seen on his security camera Jenny got spooked, and we couldn't see what it was, but we backed up the security camera and it was a dog out in the road. It came down and barked, and Jenny is very around dogs she don't know, or even the ones she does know. She doesn't like
Can
dogs.
I bring up an important point here?
Sure, Dave. Go ahead.
Midterms. These are so important, guys, because if the Republicans take control of Congress in 2024, when Biden or whoever is re-elected, a Democratic person is re-elected as president, they will not swear him in if the Republicans control Congress. That's how bad this is. They will deny the swearing him in, and it will be worse
And we
than
have
it
to be
was in
careful
2021.
because the news, if you listen to the news and dig around a little bit, there's a whole lot of people out there that believe the Republican Party is poised to take the House of Representatives in the midterm. That's how come.
And Senate, maybe.
And if they
And
do,
the
they're going
Senate.
to impeach Biden.
Yes, they're going to
Yes,
start
of
coming up with
course.
every kind of thing they can do.
Well,
Impeach
they-
Biden,
they-
impeach
they-
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
You thought Benghazi. You thought getting Benghazi was
Yes.
bad. If they get you'll have 20 Benghazis.
Hunter Biden's laptop.
Yeah. They were willing to storm the Capitol and throw this government over.
See, this is where we got to get back to the 14th Amendment and those 126 members that went against a legal vote. They need to be removed under the 14th Amendment, Article 3, under sedition.
I want to
They
see
broke the law.
this. If we don't get a January 6th commission, a deal with the Republicans to start a commission
Yes,
and look at
this is
this and
it.
investigate this, then the Democrats need to go it alone and in the words
Go it
of
alone.
do
Yeah,
a Benghazi
I mean,
on their ass, except it won't be a Benghazi. This will be an investigation into an event.
Smoking gun.
Yeah.
I mean, Nancy said she was going to go full balls ahead anyway, no matter what.
Well, because to speak of your point, Robert, I believe that there are going to be congressmen and aides and stuff and staff members that were involved in that had contact with
Right.
these people, with the Proud Boys, with the Oath Keepers, with the other assholes who want to overthrow this country.
Clanny Oakley.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah,
Clanny
Clanny
Oakley's,
Oakley
man.
are
That's,
tour
the
guys.
Oath Keepers and the Proud Boys. They have claimed to be patriots. That's their whole big claim to fame. We're patriots. We're the ones out trying to save America. No, you're the ones out trying to destroy this country in some twisted mind shit of yours that it's not America anymore. Kiss our ass, baby. You're not looking at all of America. You're just looking at your buddies, who appear to be all traitors, I might add.
Hey, Aussie Dave,
Come up with
can
this
I ask
Oath
you a
Keeper
question?
shit. These are the people
Hey,
that
Aussie.
failed their oath.
You got to enforce
Can I
the
ask you a
law.
quick question?
Yes.
What? It's not all right. So I think Souter needs to retire like now, right?
He's there is some pressure, they say, that is on him
Because
to retire.
if we lose the Senate, we're fucked.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
we're done.
Yes,
We're-
that
yeah.
is a big discussion going on because nobody wants to force anybody to retire. But you're
Yeah,
old.
well, guess
very
who
old.
did? Kennedy got forced to retire.
Well, yeah. But
God, I
right
would
now,
love to see Mitch
you
drop
got to
dead
remember
on the
that was the
floor, man.
whole drive of Mitch McConnell from day one. The only thing that Mitch McConnell ever cared about was getting judges on the bench, Republican judges,
exactly.
conservative judges.
We need to do that and put 3 more on the Supreme Court.
Hey,
And we need to do it.
I have no
ASAP.
problem expanding the Supreme Court. We have 9
13.
justices. We had 9 justices
13,
because
baby.
we had 9 districts. Now we have 13 districts. Hey,
Yep.
works out. Just make them the same. That's what we made it before. We had
And keep
9
loading up the lower
federal
courts.
districts. Now we have 13. So
Keep loading
You
up.
got to
that-
remember
And keep
about
loading the
Kennedy.
long coat. Exactly.
You got to remember about Kennedy. His son worked for Deutsche Bank.
Yeah.
yes,
Yes, Sparky.
yes, we do. Oh, what a nice little memory you brought up. Yeah, there's so much
Where's
that,
the Where's the investigation
this-
on that? Where's the special counsel on that?
Yeah.
We need a special counsel on that whole.
What's the one that retired? Who retired?
Kennedy.
Was it Kennedy? That
Yeah. And then Brett Kavanaugh gets on there with all his debts paid.
Yeah.
How the fuck
That's
did that
right.
happen?
Kennedy retired because his son worked for Deutsche Bank. Yeah, it's all coming back. Yeah. And that case was going to come. Yeah.
And then we have the crying judge that got in his spot.
Makes you wonder, you know, it falls in my mind back to this whole thing of this whole system. The system that we live in is not made for us. It is designed to make wealthy people wealthy and powerful people even more powerful. That's the system we live in. We talk about our tax code being so thick. None of it's written for you. All of it's written for corporations and wealthy people to hide their money. It seems like our laws benefit the wealthy. It seems like our whole freaking system is
The rich
hell
need a
bent.
slave base. They have to have a slave base, maids, butlers,
Us.
chauffeurs. You know,
Poor,
us.
hungry, and needing a job. That's
have
what
somebody to
corporate America
cater.
wants your ass to be. Because when you do got a job, you're going to be so poor and hungry that you can't afford to lose that job. So you can afford to get slapped around, stepped on, whatever they want to do, however they want to treat you, and pay you as low as they want because they know you can't go anywhere because your ass is starving.
Right.
We have done it in the past. We can do it again. We were outraged about labor laws and stuff like that. We got together and we marched against it, and we got our unions. We can do the same thing nowadays with this goddamn corporate shit going on and the unfair laws. And all we have to do is stop our jobs and get out there in the street nationwide and protest, and their eyes will pop out of their sockets.
General strike, baby.
It's the only time things change is when we show our power.
Because minimum wage went up to $15 in a lot of places just because of what just happened.
Yeah, there is change coming because it's being forced upon them because of the discussion that's going on. You got to pay a living wage.
John,
I just mentioned
did you
bank.
read my little my McDonald's story?
What McDonald's
That
story?
I sent you?
No.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
When I got blood the other day,
Right.
I went real early, and I was coming back, and I hadn't had a McDonald's big breakfast in a long time, so I went through the drive up to McDonald's.
Sure.
And California minimum wage is already $14 an hour, but they had a sign in the window that said, "Help wanted, starting wage $15 an hour."
Corporate America is going to have to turn because, they're arguing right now that they don't want to give. They want to take away the $300 extra that you get in unemployment because people won't go back to work. They're making too much money on unemployment. Well, what does that say?
Yeah, they won't work for a starvation wage.
That's right.
Well, fuck off.
In a pandemic.
So yes, the conversation within the country is making corporate America take heed. We are the customers. Yes. We're the cows out here, baby, grazing in the pasture. We got to eat what they give us. And when we turn around and go, "Hey, I ain't eating that shit. It's got weeds in it," they straighten that shit up.
COVID was the match that kind of lit the whole firecracker that just happened because everything stopped.
It highlighted even more the problems we have in this country.
Inequality.
I had to
the
tell
inequality
you, John,
in this country. Yeah.
Yes.
Especially for women.
Speaking of cows, my black bovine neighbors are back in the pasture.
Oh, are they?
Good.
They just put them in there last night.
Well, there you go. Your neighbors are back.
Gasoline went to $1 a gallon because everybody stopped driving.
Suzanne, I'm exactly
the last
like
time
you.
it was $1 a gallon was 1975.
Oh, I remember that.
So it's like, okay, look, the reason it went down to $1 is because jets stopped flying, cars stopped driving, and they couldn't give away gas. They're just like,
dropped like a rock. Gas wars,
but
remember them?
Now that people are going back to work, they're going to start charging more to make up for it, right? They need an excuse to charge.
Well,
more.
it's happening now.
You know, it's
Yeah.
Right
amazing.
now, you see the gas pump now, and I think they're using that colonial pipeline bullshit as
Yeah,
it's
that was the
price
biggest
gouging.
feud.
Sure,
right?
it's
price
gonna
gouging.
drive up shipping costs. You know, oh, look at our gas charges. We have to pay more for gas. Okay, pad the ticket, baby.
Right?
It's
So we went from
it's an opportunity
5
for
minutes.
business to make money.
Right, 5 months we went from they couldn't give it away to now we have a gas shortage. What?
And we saw
Come
that
on.
with the PPP
How
loans.
stupid do you have to be?
You know, there's a lot of
I mean-
businesses that got one and it saved their business. But we've seen an awful lot of stories where people got a PPP loan and went out and bought a car, went out and bought a house, you know, on our dime.
Yeah, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Brady got a yacht. Yeah,
You know, come on now.
he got a PPP loan. What the fuck?
Yep. Yeah, the rules aren't for you, my friend.
It shows what the nation can
The
do
rules
together.
are for
like
those that
our
can
boys
that,
strive.
that have the ability to worm their way
Fucking
into it.
Brady.
You know,
Yeah.
John, like when you do your show and people talk and people hear it makes changes. People hear it and they
I
go,
like
yeah,
to
you know,
think
this
so,
guy's right.
Robert. I like to think so. We have a pretty
know?
good sized Blue Dot family here. And, you know, when you start thinking about everybody has friends, well, Teresa Rojas up in Chicago, she's got friends up there, baby. And she talks. She talks to her neighbors. She talks to her kids, her son. Drives a
You know, we
truck.
talked about billionaires in Congress should not get a tax-paid pension.
No.
And then
Or how
Forbes
about Don-
magazine, and then
fucking
Forbes
Donnie's
magazine
pulling
wrote
around
about it like a week after we had
65,000
that
a month.
conversation.
It's
Trump took his
little
pension.
Donnie's getting 65
Trump took
grand
his
a month.
35 grand a year.
$3.59 a
Oh,
gallon
he's
where
a
Tracy
billionaire.
Tobias lives. Here it's $2.59, somewhere around that area right now here in Texas.
In Oregon, it's up around 350.
But again, I
It's
can drive
bad
over
here.
to the refinery where they pump it out and just put it in trucks to ship all over the place. Yeah,
It's 389 here in California. where I
$3.89.
live.
Now you start thinking about that, and especially you bring up some place like California, who is supposedly have a very high cost of living out there, which evidently it does if gas is that high.
Prices always.
And you start
That's
thinking
the
about
price
the
of
money
always-
it takes. You think about rent, food, turn on the lights. You got to have a phone. You got to have services.
TV.
You got to have news.
TV.
You got to have something. You know,
TV is
and
my
you
most
start-
expensive budget item now.
The internet. By the way, thank you so much for donating because that's what keeps the internet on. We're around here. We appreciate it tremendously. The
little things.
Yeah, it's the little things. That I want to watch tonight because they are going to discuss that universal income thing, which Andrew Yang brought up when he was running for president. Universal income.
Mhm.
It is not a bad idea, and it's not giving lazy people
It's
money.
a pretty good idea.
It's
if
a great
you don't
idea.
fuck with the-
We
If you
hand
can
out
find out
billions
with the
and
rest of
trillions
the
of
safety
dollars
net.
to corporate America. We
See,
make
if you can
deals
fuck with
with
the rest
rich
of the
people all
safety
over the
net, don't.
freaking place.
So you got to
Yeah.
find a happy medium between capitalism and socialism. You just meet it in the middle.
Yeah.
Sure,
And you
sure.
say, you know what, we can just meet in the middle right here.
If
We'll make
you
it all good
if
for
you had
everybody.
some kind of like Andrew Yang was talking, $1,000 a month universal income. For a homeless person, $1,000 a month, baby, that's a possibility of buying a better tent.
That stops crime. It stops crime. It gets them off the
all
street.
the
It
way
gets
up the
them-
ladder. If you're homeless, if you're barely hanging
Makes
on,
them
if
live.
you're doing okay but stretching it helps all those people, and that money goes into the
Yeah,
economy.
but I don't want a better tent for them. I want a.
I
roof
want
over their
a home.
It's fucking ridiculous.
with
I
that
want
they
a home.
couldn't
I was
get a
making
tent,
fun
they
of the
could get an
fact that
apartment.
$1,000 may not get you rent.
Yes.
Because if you
See,
pay
that's the
that,
thing.
if you get
Well,
rent, you ain't gonna have money to turn on the lights or buy the food that you need. You know, even the concept of tonight, and I seen it on this. That's why I want to watch because I'm interested in this kind of shit. Why you pay for food? Food because if people are sitting and they got their house and they're looking like me. The first thing comes out of my check, the house payment, baby. It's the first thing. I can't afford to miss not a one. I'm in
Yep.
trouble if I do.
Yeah.
If you got to keep the lights on. You got to keep the lights on. You can't live in a dark house. It runs everything. Everything you have is run on electricity. There's priorities within
Medicine.
each one of our lives, and food does get pushed down the line. And you end up paying everything you have to. And if you're like me, well, you look at your budget there, what's left, and figure out how you're going to eat for the next month. and it makes you a smart shopper. You know, you got to make that shit stretch. That's the way it is for so many people in this country. Are you shitting me? You know,
Well, universal income would increase spending from the bottom, trickle up, right?
yes,
People all go spend
trickle
their-
up economics instead of this trickle down.
CEOs all make money off.
As Will Rogers
people that
said, you
spent their
give a
money in
poor
their
man a
business.
dollar, it will be in the rich man's pocket by the end of the day.
But here's the good news, guys.
Huh.
Since the beginning of the year, there's been 9 new billionaires in America. The
Yeah, they
CEO
say everybody
CEO
universal income.
Yes.
Moderna went,
And that was a
became a
diet.
Yes,
billionaire.
the people who run Moderna, who have invested in Moderna.
Yeah, I don't think they have to worry about eating rice and beans every day.
Yeah,
No.
I invested my $10 in
Come-
Doge and it dropped like a rock. So
Did you
there
see
goes
it? Did
my
you see Tesla's new car?
investment in huh?
Did you see the new Tesla? Did you see the new Tesla pop-out camper car?
No, Tesla's got a
It's a transformer.
going
It's
for the
literally a
future. When you
transformer
lose your
car.
house, hey,
Jesus
you
Christ,
can live in
really?
your car.
Have you talking about Tesla? What about Volvo making their big announcement? I don't know about in America. In Australia, their current commercials are, as of today, Volvo recognises the climate change issue, and we are going totally electric.
Nice.
Volvo.
Outstanding.
How many
Yeah,
years?
outstanding.
Possibly-
Great.
I've got something on electric cars for you
What?
guys.
What?
In China, it's got over 24,000 charging units. In China for charging electric cars.
Oh my God!
They're putting in 4,000 more this next month.
Wow.
Guess what? We've only have 4,000 electronic charging places in the United States.
Yeah, there's the big
Yeah.
problem,
God, that's so sad.
and that's part of the
I read
infrastructure
Biden's
that Joe
gonna fix
Biden's
that.
got a plan for. 50,000
Yeah.
charging stations across this country.
And
It
check
has
this
to
out:
be
the new Tesla. It's an Outback, like it almost looks like a little Hummer, but it's got a pop up a camper on the back that turns into a shower, a bathroom, a kitchen.
Oh no
and
shit!
it's
Jesus
Oh
Christ!
man,
And
now
it's
you got me all
car.
interested.
like the
No,
thing
I just
transforms into a
seen him.
flat
I want
car
one
and then
already.
pops out. And then pops out, and it's only 40 grand.
Really?
40
No.
grand. I was like,
last
holy
time
shit.
Wayne and I
Oh my God!
were out, we
Only have
stopped
to
at
save for
Dollar General, and we had a
20 more
Tesla
years.
pull up, all run on electric, and I'm going, wow, that is so
I-
silent, you know.
I am so
And I-
looking forward to this. Yeah, electric. Go
And
ahead.
they said that it cost $100,000.
$100,000. Yeah, that's out of my price range.
So
Yeah,
you
no,
could
it's
live in a
literally meant for
car
camping.
40 grand.
It
Oh
looks
my
like
God.
a tank, kind of, but cooler, a lot more sleek. So, like it's a
Oh, man.
Tesla, and the thing,
All it needs is
Yeah.
a machine gun.
it's electric. I mean, it's badass. For
Wait a
40
minute.
grand,
Batteries,
he already
battery technology is getting much better now, and cheaper.
Yes,
Right. You already got, like, you
the
already got
battery is
50,000
the
orders for the car.
where's Google?
Yeah, there was a breakthrough in capacitance and battery technology that's allowed. Yeah, the technology's gotten way better. That's
And it's going to
correct.
keep getting better. It's going to
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
getting better. That's the
That's
And the
what
more
some
the
of
people-
Tesla solar panels.
The more people that buy them, the cheaper they'll get. So it's just
Right.
it's perpetual.
Darren,
It's-
I-
It's like when color TV.
I pumped in.
When color TV came out, when color TV first came out, it was like fuck. It was a month's wages, And today you can buy a color TV for nix. So
my parents bought
competition,
the
right?
first
Competition.
VCR. It was $2,500. The first VCR. And
I
I
see
was the
that.
remote control for the fucking VCR. Hey, Chris, go change the channel. And they'd have to turn the fucking knob. I was the remote control.
Yep.
I mean, I'll bet you save 40 grand in gas in 10 years.
No doubt.
When you think about the savings of an electric car, where you're not buying gas every day for, whatever it takes for you to get around.
Boy, Hattie.
I mean, I love
I'm
that.
looking
I mean,
at
I
the
look
picture of the
I started drooling over that car.
the Tesla Cybertruck camper update.
That's it.
I googled, I typed in Tesla, and the first thing came up under it was Tesla camper. So
That's it.
I guess that's what.
Wow, that's fucking cool, man.
Yeah,
And
it
it's
looks,
like literally a transformer car. It pops up and then it pops back down. And it's got a bathroom, a kitchen, a shower, a toilet. I mean, it's like, where does all that go when it pops
Oh,
back
look
down?
at the fifth wheel
The
trailer
thing is,
behind
I really
it.
dislike.
Oh, come
I
on now.
dislike Elon Musk. I really dislike that fucker. But you know, they make good stuff.
You and
Nice.
Travis
Good
are right
luck,
there in
mate.
the same boat. You both hate. Ain't he the one? Yeah. Think Elon Musk is an asshole,
He's a
but
real
you like what he does.
Oh yeah, I mean he's done some really shitty things in the past, but I mean if you turn a blind eye to the things that they're doing, that's it's
Yeah, his technology
Right.
is.
SpaceX is
He
pretty
maybe,
fucking cool.
yeah.
he is what he is. Any rich person like that is going to have some attitude.
I mean,
that guy.
I think I made the
people like
comment
that-
before too. Like if Trump ever did something that was worth a shit, I would acknowledge him for it. But he
Yeah, he
never
never
has.
did.
So he was a shitty
Come
person
on,
who
he
did
made some
nothing. So,
Progress.
yeah.
I love the technological stuff we're starting to see, and
Yeah.
it's kind of like
It's
you
one
said,
of those sad
competition.
stories of somebody that's doing good things is a real dick.
Yep.
Like Ozzy said, once competition starts happening, whether it's Ford or Mazda or China, and they all start competing for these electric cars, we're going to see some cool ass shit happen.
Oh yeah.
We are.
Yeah.
Who said a minute ago, fuck cars,
Competition
look up.
breeds all that stuff.
Wait a minute. I see it. Black Fly. Zephoid Beeblebox. Brox. Black Fly. Forget cars. Go up in electric. Time to fly. Hey, I'm all the way there because that's getting closer to
They're
my
doing that,
George
too.
Jetson car,
Yeah.
which I had assumed that at my age nowadays I would already be driving, but I'm not.
They got one passenger
the
flight
stick
already
here.
that's electric.
It,
I was reading
it's
about
gonna
that.
come. Let me catch up because Teresa Diggum came in with $5 and said a job fair at O'Hare Airport with others. They were offering $17 an hour with vacation and health care plus a $1,000 sign-up bonus, and the place was empty. Really? They should have called my
Well,
house.
that's weird.
Damn.
They should
People
have called
they
my
all
house.
work-
Well,
20
people
bucks
need
an
to
hour,
get vaccinated. Yeah, I mean, when the vaccination rate is high enough, then people will get jobs like that.
Right,
But who the fuck wants to work in an airport right now? Until
right.
you
Where
know
you can die if you get
there's
sick,
at least a 70 to 80% vaccination rate.
unless you're vaccinated.
And that fight, even who is that? Rand Paul. He don't want to get shot. He don't want to get shot. And look at what Marjorie Taylor's talking about. The
He's a
wearing a
doctor,
mask is like the Holocaust, so she can't do it. These people they're not taking this stance for the betterment of society. It's
No, they
again,
want
it's
to-
not the issue.
It's the base.
It's the attitude. It's the base. They're pissed off. Fuck you. We ain't gonna do nothing you want. I ain't taking your stinking shot, and I ain't
They
wearing my
need to
mask. It's
appease
my
their
freedom.
base.
You're being a
They're
dick to the rest of your
petrified,
fellow Americans, and you're proud of it.
They're petrified of the base. They're petrified.
They are,
And-
every
and
one
you
of
know
them.
what? They
All the
may get
Republicans are.
killed.
That's
If-
why.
if
That's why
Rand
they
Paul-
can't stand up for the commission for January 6th. That's how come they can't stand up and
Right.
call Trump a liar. It's because they're worried about their constituents. Here's my problem with that. If you're an elected leader, it shouldn't matter what the shit your constituents say when it comes to something that you know to be the truth. When you know a fact, it is your job as a leader to inform your constituents of what the facts and the truth is and guide your initiatives from there. You don't just start, well, my constituents believes it's the Jewish lasers coming
they
from
believe
space
it's QAnon,
and starting these
They-
fires, so I want a commission to investigate these Jewish space lasers.
And Hillary's
Oh.
Hillary's diet of baby faces,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We need to investigate that.
Yeah.
The world has got so many elements. I think the four main elements here are neutrons, electrons, protons, and
Morons. There's the one.
More.
I believe it was Einstein that said that two things were infinite: space and human ignorance. And he's not too sure about the first.
So right about that.
Couple years, I'm telling you.
Human ignorance
So right.
or the willingness. Not it's not.
People stand up there and talk, and you listen to those people. Come on,
You're not
man, you gotta
ignorant
do
for not knowing the facts. What you're ignorant for is refusing to accept the facts.
I mean,
That's where
we
you
definitely
become
have a
ignorant.
serious problem.
And we have a lot of
Look,
people.
when a party's policy is what you see and what you hear is not what's happening, and the party's lawyer says truth is not truth, I think the party's got a problem. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
They've lost their way. They've totally lost their way with everything they ever said they stood for. They are willing to throw everything under the bus.
Finish up on YouTube.
What's that?
This country is so dangerously close to Gilead and 1984. It's not even fucking funny. It's really close.
And yet they worry about Bill Gates putting a chip in your ass.
I got to get my escape hatch together because I got family in Vancouver, BC.
Yeah.
And I've got enough where I will get the fuck out of here.
Holy shit! I got
Trump's
trapped
president.
in. Marcia's sitting over
I'll
there.
get the fuck out of here.
Looking
Trump
at her
is president in
iPad,
2024. I'm out of here.
and she's flipping around, and she saw this advertisement for emergency food. It was these packages that fed either 2 people, 5 people, 10 people, or whatever for so many days, and it's a package, and there's all the food in there that you need to survive for that amount of time. And she goes, "Hey, look at this!" And she's on her way to the restroom. She hands me her iPad. Huh. Yeah, well, that's pretty neat, you know. C-RAPs, you know, it's MREs. It's you know, military people are used to this shit, except this is packaged a little bit better. But being the inquisitive mind I am, hit the little thing and, oh shit, here we go. And then I got to looking at survival packages on Amazon, just the shit that you see. And as Travis said, if you're going to put together a go bag or something like that, best do it yourself. Don't buy one off the internet, because like when it says it comes with everything you need, flashlight, you guarantee you that little flashlight's going to be a piece of shit. You put one together yourself.
No compass, right?
Yeah.
Or backward.
Got one that got out of the
that doesn't
Wheaties
work.
box or something, you know.
Right.
It's better.
No
to put
mirror, right? No mirror.
No mirror.
You need a mirror.
Yeah. And no toilet paper. What are you going to do? Go ahead and get more toilet paper. That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
You gotta
Shit.
be selective of the leaves.
Oh, Lord. It's pitiful. I see names going by. I guess we're coming up to the end of the show.
Another thing you need in that go bag is a flint.
Flint? I got flint. Look right here. Old
For,
fashioned.
There's going to be
Thank you,
lighting
Patsy.
tires.
Huh?
There's going to be an eclipse on the 26th, a lunar eclipse.
I saw that. I was wondering if we were going to be able to see it down here.
It's going to be a nighttime event. Get out there and watch the moon, kids.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Where do you have to be? Do you have to be in a certain place to see it?
I don't think so. It's a lunar eclipse, so it's just the Earth is gonna block out the moon. We're gonna come between the sun and the moon.
Okay.
Oh.
And then on the 10th of June, we're gonna have the Ring of Fire.
That's the one.
Which is just the opposite. The moon is gonna go between the Earth and the sun. But it won't be a total eclipse. There'll be a ring of fire around the moon.
I like that.
That's the one I want to see. I don't know if we're going to be able to see it,
I
though.
want to see both.
That's fun.
Yeah.
So that one, if you're going to watch it, if you can see it, get those glasses,
you
man.
get
Don't look at it with your eyes. You'll burn the shit out of it.
Anytime the heavens puts on a show, you ought to go outside and watch it.
The last eclipse was in 2017 when we went up to Idaho for my daughter's funeral. And that was awesome because it was just like we got you could see it. We got
totality.
Yeah.
I actually taped that. I videotaped that on my telescope because I had the proper lenses to do it. There were super big sunspots that day on the sun. They were huge. I don't know if they were sunspots. We could get into UFOs if you want to. But
that's a whole other. That's a wormhole, brother. Let's don't go there right now. We're getting close to the end of the show. We'll be here for hours more. I remember I was in Louisiana during a total eclipse in the 80s.
We'll talk in the Blue Room after this.
Yeah, that's a conversation for the Blue Room.
Save that for the Blue Room.
Which, if you have not been to the Blue Room yet, shame on you. Go to Discord, download Discord, come in, look for the Blue Room, and you come in there and visit with us. That's where conversations really get deep in there.
That's where we do talk about UFOs.
We
and
do.
stuff like that.
Yeah. Conversations could go anywhere in that room. Just depending on who brings up what. My butt itches. Well, you know what you ought to get for that, Bob.
I'm not going to hijack the conversation, but really quick. I'm surprised because of the UFO talk you didn't mention that I'm doing my own little bit of investigating in a video that someone sent me.
Yes, somebody
and
sent
you saw
Travis
it.
a friend.
Yeah.
Yes, showed it to me. and
Oh, nice.
it's a security camera video. Friend of his had. Anyway, yes, there's something that appears to come into the rise from the hill, and kind of just slowly floats.
It floats
off.
over the house. It's definitely a vehicle of some sort, but I don't know what the hell it is. And then, in like good fashion, quality
Virginia
of the
Woodley,
videos.
we love you back, baby.
Not too great, but great enough to where I can boost it up and video editing software to figure it out.
That's only the Wicked Witch of the West.
Nice.
If it's the Wicked Witch of the West, she's driving something about the size of like a bus.
Yeah, it's pretty good size.
Okay.
See, that's what's really cool about technology today. Like the videotape I have of a UFO on the moon.
It was a chupacabra. That's what it was.
I was just
Don Cheeto.
videotaping the moon. I mean, I was just videotaping the moon one night, and something flew across the surface, and I didn't really notice it till I went back and watched the video to stack a picture, because I'll take a picture of a certain area, but my telescope will stay on that area for like 5 minutes, and then I'll stack that 5-minute segment into one picture and get a really good shot. But as I was watching the video, something flew across, and when I went through frame by frame, then you can go through frame by frame and stop it and freeze it and blow it up and take a look at what the hell it was. And I posted a picture in the Blue Room, or it just looked like a big black bat.
Yeah, Jedi Master Goth Vosh is saying it wasn't. I didn't do it. It wasn't me, which makes me suspicious.
And it was hauling ass across the surface of the moon. But there's definitely something going on out there, and here too. I mean,
I have always believed is there life out there? Hell yes, there is. It's a mathematical, absolute.
I think we're ignorant to think that there's not. I mean, literally.
Yeah, I'm skeptical because of speed of
Shadowhawk
light.
Ellis, glad to see you in there, buddy. I'm sorry. Occasionally I like to respond to somebody I see in the chat. Anyway, y'all were saying? Squirrel? I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying I'm skeptical that we're going to make contact just because of the speed of light.
If we make contact, I
can
always
we
wish
fold
one thing.
space? Maybe, and time.
Let
can
it be
we
like
use
E.T.
time to travel?
No,
maybe.
If they figured out our language and can understand what's going on in the earth, they're going, we're too violent to even step foot
Don't
on.
go down there. They're a bunch of idiots. They're still at the point of trying to kill each other. Until we get past that point, why would an alien come here anyway? Because you're going to have to pick sides with somebody here.
They're thinking this, They're thinking this. Let them kill themselves, and then we'll take the planet.
Yeah. Well,
I read an article today.
Let's think about this as well. Everyone says that I'm into UFOs as well heavily, and there's always this argument of we could be it could be good for us or bad if I make contact, meaning we could be invaded or we could work together. But there's no need to worry about being invaded or killed off, because if they can travel this far,
we're toast.
We're talking thousands of light years. They don't need this planet. They don't need to kill us off, because
if there's a fight between us and them, we're toast. I don't give a shit what you saw in the movies.
Oh no, they're so far ahead.
Oh, they're so far advanced. They really do have one of them laser beams. It's just gonna blast everything to shit, I guess. I don't know what they do, but
I read today about the nurse at the Roswell incident, and she said that she talked to one of them, but it was telepathy. And the thing with telepathy is if they can read your mind, they already know everything you're thinking. So they don't even.
You ain't gonna do nothing to surprise them. They already know. They're just
already
waiting
so
on your
far
ass.
ahead of us that they're just watching us. We probably have a lot of races watching us.
Let me thank Diana Mallory.
We're probably.
They know the knee-jerk reaction of a human being may be, we'll shoot first and ask questions later, and that's why they're not coming.
Exactly. We're primates. We're monkeys with guns to them, basically. Yeah. That's how far ahead of us with that kind of technology, they are a million years ahead of us.
Right along with they say we're not even using 10% of our brain power. Diana Mallory came in with $5 and said, Ohio today is the last day to sign up for the vaccine lotto. So if you're in Ohio right now, I know it's late, but go run down to your local CVS, Walgreens, or something. Say, hey, get my ass on the list. Get in there and get your shot. If you want to win the $1 million. Diana Mallory, bequeather of the gong and secret squirrels. Thank you very much. We appreciate it so much.
My mom lived in Roswell at the time.
No
and
shit.
She said what they hauled out in those trucks was bigger than what a hot air balloon was.
We've been to Roswell.
Look at how far Look at how far our technology has come in just the last 50 years.
I had to go to Roswell. My kids demanded it. As a matter of fact, they've pulled out weapons and, hostage thing. It was bad. It was terrible.
Damn, us 10-year-olds were fucking.
Yeah, it was vicious.
Intense.
It was vicious. I'm telling you.
Even I didn't know that.
But,
Fuck.
yeah, yep. I had to call the law and everything, but they said, hey, we'd arrest them, but you got to take them back sooner or later, and turn your back, they're going to get you. So off to Roswell we went. I loved it. I enjoyed the shit out of it. But don't ever go to Roswell thinking you're talking to, make fun of it. Nah, these people are serious, baby. They're not.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, they're not.
I'll remain a skeptic. I'll remain a skeptic.
Visit Roswell. How could you leave Roswell being a skeptic? You're going to be convinced. They're going to tell you.
When I witnessed with my own eyes, I realized that they're so far ahead of us on the technological scale that we don't have anything to offer them. They're just watching.
No.
Kind of like going to the zoo, I think, for them. They just kind of we'll park here and watch them watch a concert for a while, or watch a baseball game, or But I think they've been interacting with the Earth for millions of years.
You remember
We're
that
just
South
kinda
Park? Do you remember that South Park with Earth, the TV program for the rest of the universe? And then
Like
it was
a
gonna
soap
get
opera,
canceled,
probably.
So the kids
Tune
had
into
to
Earth.
go in front of the what do you call them? The producers, right? Of the Earth shows, so they wouldn't blow the fucking planet up.
Jeez.
Yeah,
that's a great
Our own
idea.
planet, man. We're laying our planet into a wasteland. We're burning it.
We are indeed
we're
a
just-
drama down here every day.
Absolutely.
We are.
We're killing each other.
That's what I meant
Republicans
earlier
wanna
today
burn
when
it.
I look at all the list of things and you get to climate change and you go, well, fuck. If we don't fix
know
that,
why.
the rest of this shit doesn't really matter. You know what it was? I
It's
seen
true.
a story here a minute
I know
ago.
why the Republicans don't want to do the Green Deal.
Huh.
Because if we continue on what we're doing, that means the northern pole is going to completely lose its ice. That means
Yes.
it's going to mean
Oh,
a
Russia's
faster
big time up
shipping
there in
lane.
the Arctic.
It's going to be a faster shipping lane.
Yes.
It is also going to be whoever gets control of that area is going to have magnitudes of oil,
Yes.
and so
Well-
it will be where the third.
And Russia
World
is
War
making a
War.
play for it
Yeah,
already.
you hit it. You hit the nail on the head, Veldelie. Who's gonna get it? And there's gonna be a massive war,
And guess
well,
what?
right?
What happened with
on
that
that
big
note,
chunk of ice that just broke off?
Down
What
in
was
the
that big chunk of
Antarctic?
ice?
That was Antarctica.
Yeah, that's Antarctica.
Place.
That chunk of ice Volvo are using in their commercial, that commercial I told you about,
Right.
they actually show that chunk of ice breaking off, saying this is human creation. We are going electric, totally.
So,
You know,
yes.
who's gonna fight that war, Velda?
We have so many problems that we've talked about tonight in our society. Everything from homeless to gun violence, everything like that.
So
If we
who's
don't
gonna-
take care
who's
of this
gonna
planet,
lie together?
in
Who's gonna lie together?
in our
The Russians and the Swedes.
our ecosystem
and the-
deteriorates,
Yeah,
then
the Swedish are looking after us.
it becomes anarchy. You know,
Well, that's why why would they even get involved with us? Look, they see what we're doing. I mean, other
Well,
than
they're
that,
right there.
they might be
They're-
trying to
they're
stop
in that
it.
shipping lane. Yeah.
They might be trying to stop us
Yeah.
from destroying our own planet. When you get down and think about it, maybe not directly, but indirectly.
Russia is
Well, I think
staking
they
claim
use-
to that
they
whole
use this
northern
planet.
Arctic area.
They need this planet. They need this planet for not need it, but I think they enjoy this planet. They have been coming here for years. We know they've been coming here since
It's
the
an
Romans were
amusement
here.
park.
The,
Might be
the
a
hieroglyphics.
maybe it's just a
the
base for them.
hieroglyphics.
It's a hopscotch for them. They just stop here and then they move on, and they stop here for a rest and they move on.
Well,
I'll tell
they
you,
don't
that
want.
would be
I
some
think
really
they're so far
typical
advanced.
Alaska.
They don't. They don't want to. They're so far advanced. They are looking after the whole universe. They are so far advanced. They want to conserve the things. They're not out to destroy things. Otherwise, they would have destroyed us years ago. They're out
Absolutely.
to conserve things.
We are
Absolutely.
So that
fleas
would
on this
explain
planet.
Ted
Is what we
Cruz, the
are.
hybrid creature. That would explain Ted Cruz. So you might be willing to convince me.
Anyway,
Well, then they look at people like that and they think there's no intelligent life here. These people are out of their
this is
fucking
why.
minds.
This is why all our guests need. I mean, all of our Blue Dot family members. This is why you need to run over to the Blue Room, baby. The conversations over in the Blue Room, they just get absorbing.
Oh,
I'm
by the way,
telling you.
John.
Ha.
John, Marjorie has another nickname, so it's Marjorie Taylor Gonorrhea Gangrene. And, and the gonorrhea is because as soon as you walk into her fitness center, that's exactly what you come away with.
Gonorrhea. It's a nasty thing too, baby.
I heard she's Matt Gates' new girlfriend. Aren't they like doing love texts and whatnot between the two of them? And
What?
Oh, his ex-girlfriend. Yeah, she's gonna flip. She's gonna, because
Speaking of gonorrhea,
yeah.
no.
gonorrhea
Laura,
gets.
Marta Green, whatever. She's having some kind of flirtatious texting with Matt Gates on the phone. And
Oh, are you shitting me? Please, please,
No,
please.
I shouldn't. I read about that today too. I
Ain't
was
she a
like,
bit
oh,
old
yeah.
for him?
Them hugging each other.
Ain't she a bit old for him? All right,
Ooh.
look, we're gonna have to wrap it up. This conversation could go right off into the deep end.
No.
Aussie Dave, brother, we always appreciate it when you come by. The
you for
conversation
having
is
me.
always appreciated, brother, when you come by. And
I
by the
appreciate
way,
it, man.
before we leave, how is everything down under in Australia? Everything well, Dave?
Yeah, everything's going good. Our COVID situation's under control. We're not sort of running around doing it. I believe the whole world's doing well except for America.
We're trying, brother.
Australia
Don't lose your faith
is
in us.
Australia's concerned about what happens over there because of many reasons. But over in Australia, we'll always how can I put it? America's been in the past. It's like having. Okay, here it is. It's like sitting back as a child and watching your parents go into dementia, and there's nothing you can do about it.
That's us.
And that's how.
That's it.
That's us. They've lost their ever-loving fucking mind over there. You know that, don't you? Not all of us, Dave. The majority of us are fine. It's just this one little squeaky group over there is making all the noise, but we're going to get them under control.
Yeah.
Hey,
Dave.
Dave, you need
It's
to
like-
move over here to the United States and be here for the and get use your dual citizenship and come over so that next voting season you can vote and then go back home.
There you go.
Well, when there's more protons, neutrons, and electrons, and less morons,
Less
I'll
morons. There you go. There you go.
Make sure you do it legal, right?
Thank you,
Just
Dave, for being
Just
here,
come
brother.
to the United States to vote.
Yeah, register.
come.
Register.
But do it
Become a
legally.
citizen.
Do
Yeah,
it
do it legally. We don't want to be. You don't be.
And everybody get active in Texas. Join Beto's group. Join
Yes.
everybody you can. John, gotta fight these motherfuckers off.
All
man.
every step of the way, brother. Christopher,
these
thank you for
cretins.
being in here, brother. We
Yeah.
always appreciate when you come by here.
Yeah, love it. Love the Blue Dot family.
And the
love all
Horn.
you.
And the Horn family. I was in there Friday with Spark and all the gang over there. It was a great show.
I
on
couldn't
Friday.
make it. I was driving down south in Oregon to get to Crater Lake. I posted some pictures in the
in Discord.
yeah.
All right.
They're in the what do you call it? The miscellaneous or whatever.
There's a lot there. Yes, we have
Gorgeous.
separate rooms in Discord channel for everybody that has a hobby and stuff. So there's a lot of reasons
If you haven't
besides the
seen
discussion.
Crater Lake, it's pretty phenomenal.
It is.
It's
It's beautiful.
awe-inspiring.
Yes, it is. Well, Chris, thank you for coming in and joining us this evening.
Thanks, John. Thanks, everybody.
You bet.
Love you.
Love you back, brother. And Robert Heron up in Oregon. Keep handling that glass, brother. You're doing a fantastic job, my friend.
Well, thank you. I'm gonna be
Yes.
at the Ben. I'm gonna be at the Ben Crass Fair downtown Bend in Oregon this coming Saturday with my stuff.
Outstanding. I'm sure you're
It's
going to do
snowed
well,
here.
brother.
It snowed here 2 days ago.
Kiss my ass, really?
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah, I was a little surprised myself. Like, it's fucking
was
snowing.
cold.
What the shit is this?
Welcome.
Hey, it's May.
Hey.
It's May. Quit that shit. Spring. Snow. Shit.
Yeah, but I'm not used to it. I think the Earth is changing. I mean, it's changing so much.
Yeah.
It's like nobody. If people deny that, they're in denial. That's
Yeah, every year I get a little more concerned
I
about
love to get
hurricane
that.
season.
Thank you for having me tonight, and I appreciate it.
Enjoyed it, Robert. Thank you for being here. And Sparky Dunk.
Yeah.
We appreciate you coming in, brother. I really enjoyed it on Friday night.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Got another one coming up this Friday, I heard.
Yep. Every Friday.
Every Friday, brother. Thank you for being here, Spark. We always appreciate it.
And I hear echo.
Outstanding. And for the lady of the evening, Velda. I didn't mean that. Wait a minute. That didn't sound right. That didn't sound... That didn't sound right there, Belda.
It's all right.
Okay.
You got a red light in your
Blue dress, blue dress.
No, I got a blue one.
With the blue dress out.
Belda, we appreciate you being here, darling. Thank you so much for coming in.
Oh, I enjoyed
And it's
it.
nobody's business what you do in your off time, so just forget that.
Oh, that was funny. God, you're killing me.
And I do have a blue dress.
Well, there you go, baby. There you go.
I've also got a red one.
There you go. A blue and a red.
That's a good song. I love that song.
There's
Roxanne,
there's
help me.
Black one.
You don't
outstanding.
have to put on the red light.
Ain't we a
You
talented
guys
group?
are just absolutely
Men,
wonderful.
men are disgusting creatures. I advise you stay away from them.
Don't lump me into this shit. Y'all are having this conversation, not me.
I want to
Hey,
thank
hey, hey,
all of you.
I spent 38 years
started.
with Wayne. I'm
Your
cool
dad
with you
did,
guys.
Travis.
Yeah, I'm good.
Ain't
I'm
nothing
good.
good. You've already been exposed, huh, Belda?
How many brothers do you have, Vilda?
Must have 6 brothers.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, you've been exposed. Ain't nothing going to surprise your ass.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I also want to thank
Okay.
Catman56, my buddy Keith, who came in with another $1 and said, when you see a right-wing nut job, watch and enjoy a Star Trek show. Then disrespect the thoughts of we the people. You see a hypocrite. Indeed. Indeed.
God, I love Star Trek.
I
It was
see
the
the,
best
I see the Borg.
We
There's a
still got a
Borg.
long way before we can get to.
Well, the
to
original
that.
Yeah, you
Star
gotta
Trek
watch out
really
for that
was.
fucking Borg. That's what's scaring me.
I mean,
Yeah, the
original-
Republican Party of Borgs.
Itself,
They
like
certainly are.
the beginning series itself, was really anti-racist, anti-everything. It showed the
Yeah.
humanity of.
And that's
Of
where we
human
need to
race.
get to. So every day
Capitalism, yeah,
in your life, that's what you do,
It was
baby.
a great series. It was really for humanity. Absolutely. Gene Roddenberry said that.
Indeed.
of course.
Anyway, we're going to call it an evening, so I appreciate all of you coming in tonight. I appreciate everybody in our Facebook, our YouTube family, our Periscope family. Thank you so much for coming by and spending a little bit of your time this evening. Time is the most expensive thing you have, so thanks for spending a little bit of it here. We want to thank everybody who donated tonight and those that donate through our Patreon page. It's what keeps us on the air and keeps our internet bill paid and all that kind of stuff. So we really, truly appreciate all of that help. Anyway, it's Sunday, so we're going to get into Monday, and no telling what the news is going to bring. We'll be back here on Tuesday for another Blue Dot family meeting. But I think the entertainment is going to start picking up more and more pretty soon, and we can all sit back and take a little bit of joy in watching the Republican Party crash and burn. But until then, y'all
Make it happen, folks.
Yes, we make it happen. We're going to make it happen.
This week is a big week.
And
And
Dolores
Joe
Grant
Manchin,
says
it's
goodnight
time-
to everyone. That's it.
Shit or get off the pot time now
That's
for
it.
Mr. Manchin. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to make it better, baby, and we're the only ones that can do it, so it's our responsibility. Y'all take care of yourself. Thank you for being here, and y'all say goodnight to everybody.
Good night,
Good night.
Joe.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Thank
Love
you so much for being
Love you,
here.
Blue Dot family.
Love you back,
you.
brother. We love all our Blue Dot family, and thank you so much for being here. We'll see y'all later.